Hello everyone and welcome to Tipsy, where we actually provide you with top tips, tricks and strategy that you can actually use to improve upon your chances of winning by up to 95%. So if you're new to this channel, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button for new post notifications and updates. And without wasting any much time, let's dive directly into our today's episode. So in our today's episode, we are actually going to be introducing you to top betting strategy that you can actually use to improve your betting chances by up to 95%. So in our today's episode, the site which we are going to be using today is actually sofascore.com. Of course, you can actually navigate to it. This is how the front page actually looks like. There is also the app version of it, and you can also install the app while using it, or you can actually use the web version. In this case, we are going to be using the web version to explain this tutorial. Once as you are here, the first step to take is to make sure that you navigate to this section here that actually says dropping out. Once as you click on that section, you can also follow this same tutorial by using the app version or the Android version of this site, because there is also an Android version of it. So you can actually go to Play Store, search for SofaScore, and you are going to see the app version of it where you can actually install it to your mobile devices. And of course, when you are actually on your mobile, you can still follow this same step just as we are doing here. So once as you are here, just make sure that you come to dropping out section, click on it, and you'll be navigated to this section. The next step that you are going to take is to make sure that you navigate to this area here. Since as we are dealing with soccer, which is actually football, you have all sport, you have football, basketball, tennis, and volleyball. Here we are actually concerned with football. Make sure that you choose the football section so that only the football tips will be shown to you. Once as you are here, the part that we actually want to mostly concentrate upon is this area in this right hand corner that says high value strikes or high value streaks. Here we have team streaks and we have head-to-head streaks. Here you can see that from this left hand corner, from this right hand corner, we have a lot of games that have actually been already predicted to you. So it is now for us to make sure that we navigate to each and every one of it, to make sure that we check the in of it to see if it corresponds to what we are looking for. And if that is okay, then we can actually go ahead to select that and include in our slip. So the first thing to do is to make sure that you can see also they have actually been labeled. Like in this case, we have tomorrow. In this case, we have in 2 days. In this case, in 4 days. In 4 days, you can see they have actually been labeled based on the number of days as from today or whatever date that you are actually browsing this section. So you can see only from here, you can see that we have a tomorrow match that they say this match is actually going to be as more than 2.5. This is an over 2.5. So what to do next is when you see this like this, you cannot just confirm as it has been stated here. What you can do is to make sure that you click on this match and check for the head-to-head performance as well as the home and away performance of it. If this actually is okay, then we can go ahead to actually include that as one of the matches that we are going to choose. And of course, I'm going to show you how to do this. When you're actually here, just make sure to click directly on it, or since we are on the web version, I'm going to open this in a new tab. So I'll click and open in a new tab so that I can actually check it out to see if this corresponds, if I'm going to choose this or not. So once as you click that, I will now navigate to the section of it to see if that actually corresponds to what I'm looking for. So of course, this is it here. It is being loaded. Let's give it a very little wait while that section is being loaded fully. Okay, so you can see here, this is it actually. It has actually been loaded. This is actually the match. It is actually in the football Norway NM Cup. You can see it here. So once you are here, the thing that you can do is to make sure that you navigate right to the bottom of this section. We actually have pre-match. We have a past matches here or this tournament. You can actually see the thing that you have to put your eyes mostly in this section is this area that says more than 2.5. You can see it here. We have without clean sheet 7, without clean sheet 11, more than 2.5, 7/7. Both teams scoring 7/7. You can see this is where our focus actually is, to know if it is actually on which number. If you see anything like 6/7 is okay. If you see 5/6 is okay. If you see 4/5 is okay. If you see 7/7 is okay. But when you see 2/5 or 3/6 or anything that is too less as compared to what you can see here, then just make sure to avoid that, because the possibility chance of occurrence will be very slim. So of course, what to keep as a note is to make sure that whatever value that is actually over that value, if it is like 7 as the biggest number, which is actually here, then make sure that it should just be 6/7. It should just be the next number, or just one number after the next number. It can be 6/7, it will be okay. It can be 5/7, it will be okay. But when it is 4/7, it will be a problem. So that is what you should actually keep in mind. If you see it is actually 6, if it is 6/6, it is okay. If it is 5/6, it is okay. But once it is 4/6, it starts being an issue. But make sure that if it is 5/6, then going for an over 2.5 should not be the case. You can actually choose, instead of 2.5, it should be 1.5. This is the trick here. Once as you see a game or a match that has actually been labeled for you, when you click on it and try to check for it, if you see this section here, because this is where our focus is actually on. So when you come here, you have listed different categories here. We have without clean sheet, with clean sheet, or more than 2.5, both team scoring. Since as I want to mostly concentrate on this over 1 or 2.5, because that's what has actually been listed to us here. It is more than 2.5. You can see 5/6. This is actually okay. 5/6, it is okay, because it is just 1 after the 6. If it was 6/6, it's still okay. If it's 5/6, it's okay. But when it becomes 4/6, it starts being a problem. Instead of you to take an over 2.5, instead go for an over 1.5. So that is the trick there. In the next, you can see first half winner. In this first half winner, we have 5/5. That is okay. When it is 4/5, it can be okay. But when it is 3/5, it starts being an issue. If you go to the next, like here, we can see here, this one is going to be in 4 days' time. We have 7/9. This is okay. When we have 8/9, it's okay. But when we have 6/9, it starts being an issue. Instead of going for an over 2.5, it is a better case to go for an over 1.5. The same case apply here. You can see in this section here, we have more than 2.5 go again. This is actually in 4 days period. Here we have 8/9. That is okay. If it was 9/9, it should be okay too. If it's 7/9, it starts being an issue. In this case, we try to start looking for an over 1.5 instead of 2.5. So this is actually the trick here. You can see all of these value that have actually been labeled at the right hand side here. Either it is a number based on it. So if you come here, you can see an example here again, more than 2.5. We have 5/6, that is good. We have 5/6, which is good. We have 4/5, it is good. We have 6/6, it is good. So you can see here, we have 7/7, that is good. We have 9/10, that is good. So this is actually where you should put your eyes on. And once you see this value that are actually good, the next thing to do is to make sure that you click on it. And when you click on it, that match is going to open. Come to it and try to check. After you have confirmed that the value of that value is a great value, just scroll down and try to check on the tournament. If the recent tournament, if there is no match between them, just try to check for the head-to-head, because this is also very important here. The head-to-head is very important. When you come to the head-to-head, always check to see whenever these two teams meet, what happened. Like you can see the most recent case in this 2022, you can see it ended as 2:1. You can see again here, they actually played most recently, it ended as 2/1. So to be very, if you actually want to get it very right and do not want to bear any risk at this point, since as we have seen that most of the time when they meet, it is actually an over 2.5 goal, but that actually happened very far when they had 3/2. But this time, most of the time, it's actually 2/1. So in this case, instead to go for an over 2.5 here, to be very, very secure and to be on the safe side, since it is actually the total sum of 3, actually go for an over 1.5, which is 2. So this will make it a perfect plan. So when that is done and checked, come again there, go to the next one like this one, open it again on a new, just click on it and it's going to open. Once that is being done, the next thing to do is to make sure that you screw again to that same section to make sure that you check if when actually the head-to-head, when they meet, what are actually the head-to-head, like what is the ending score when actually there are head-to-head. Check if there is any recent matches between the two teams. So if there is any recent match between the two, then you make sure that you check for the head-to-head, and if that is okay, when it actually ended as an over 2.5, then it's good. So let's check this one. Let's go and check. So you can see here we have more than 2.5 here as 10/10. This is perfect. So we should confirm this by making sure that we look if there have actually occurred any head-to-head. You can see head-to-head here we have 3-0, we have 6-0, 6-1. This is really much. So we are actually sure to go for an over 2.5 without any issue here, because the last match played between these two teams this same year actually ended at 6-1. So it means that an over 2.5 here will be actually very great. We have confirmed this in two positions. The first position being that over 2.5 is 10/10, and the second being that the head-to-head when they actually meet is always ending as an over 2.5 most of the time, and the most recent being that it has actually ended as an over 2.5. So in this case, we can go for an over 2.5 without an issue. But the last one that we actually checked, you can see here we actually had 3-2, 2-1, and 2-1. Going for an over 2.5 here can be an issue because it is not too much. So here it is better to go for an over 1.5 since the difference is just 3 goals. So we have a sum total of 3 goals. Most recent play between the two, the sum total was 3. So better go for an over 1.5, which will be secured. But if you see this one here, you can see that the sum total of the most recent played is actually 6 + 1, which is 7. So going for an over 2.5 here will be very, very great. But in the other case, 1.5 is what we should go for. If you repeat this same step and go to the next as an over 2.5, as you can see, let's check anyone again to see if you can see that. Let's try this. I'm going to try this and open it. Let's give it a wait while that is being loaded. You can see it's actually Belgium Pro League. You can see it here, Belgium Pro League. So let's give it a wait while that is being loaded completely, so that we should check if we should go for that or we should avoid it. So it is been loading. It's loaded. Let's give it the time. Okay, so once it's loaded, just go check here. We can see more than 2.5 here. You can see it here. It is 7/8. That is okay. But to confirm that, make sure to go to the section of head-to-head. You can see here 3-2, good, 4-0, good, perfect, 2-1, perfect. So going for over 2.5 here will be an issue because the most recent play is 2-1. So here, go for an over 1.5. You'll be perfect. When you do that, repeat, go again to the same step, pick the next and continue this. Make sure that this is being continuous till the end of all these games which are actually here. So this is the first that you can actually do to come up with a good result of picks. So I will not make this to be very long. We are going to make the next episode of this video. So thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe for new post notification and update. And see you again in our next episode. Bye bye.